S.h.Figuarts Ultra Instinct Goku. Is it a good figure? And if you don't have it, is it worth tracking down and paying secondary market prices? Let's talk about it. What's a high-end figure without its accessories? So kicking it off, we have one neutral stern face, a gritting teeth face, yelling face, my personal favorite, eyes looking off to the side face. Now, one thing that would have been nice, by the way, is if it had an eyes closed face. I think that would have been perfect for Ultra Instinct, given that more calm and serene style of combat that he performs in this state. But other than that, all the paint work on the faceplates is very nice, very clean, no blemishes on mine. But moving on. Hands, he comes with two fist hands, open palm hands, martial arts pose hands, two grabby hands. Now, disclaimer. One thing you want to be mindful of is when you pop in these hands off the joint, sometimes it could be a bit hard to pull off. So what you're going to want to do is run it under some hot water for a little bit, or get a blow dryer and put the hot air on the joint so the plastic could expand a little bit. But never do it for too long a time. You don't want to damage your figure. With that being said, moving on. As accessory, you get a Kamehameha charge up effect. And it's very nicely done. I wish the blue was a bit more saturated. And it comes with 7 of these energy effects or light effects coming from the ball. Now, one thing I will say is that it's easy to lose these pieces because I only have 5. I don't know where the other 2 are. So be mindful of that. Other than that, it's always nice to get an energy effect. Moving on. For articulation, his head looks up that far, down, decently swivel, slight tilt side to side. It's kind of stiff. It's not the best right here. This head articulation. By the way, the silver hair is painted very nicely, very cleanly.
So fresh
I
and
would
so
just
clean.
say I wish it was more metallic, but I guess it's accurate that it's not that metallic. It's accurate to the anime. But moving, 360-degree rotation, swivel at the top of the bicep, double hinge elbow, swivel, and hinge at the wrist. Comes forward is okay, even worse. He can lean back that far,
Meh.
forward that far, tilt side to side. It's actually better than I remember it being. And while we're on the core section, I want to talk about aesthetic real quick. His chest, the upper chest right here, is glossy or shiny for whatever reason. Same thing with the back. This upper torso piece, they made shiny for whatever reason. And I'm not sure why, because the rest of the figure is pretty matte. Also, by the way, the blue on this shirt right here, it's a different color than the rest of the blues on his outfit for whatever reason. I don't think they've ever been mismatched in the anime or the manga, so it's not a deal breaker, but something to note. Last but not least, for the torso, you get a nice waist twist. Doesn't break the sculpt or anything, so that's nice. Almost perfect splits. Front and back splits, wonderful. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knee. Ankle hinges down that far. Get a toe hinge, which is okay. And you get a okay ankle rocker. By the way, there's a very subtle orange shading on the pants. And I'll take some pictures so you guys can see. If one thing I could critique is that I wish this same subtle shading was on the skin to make the muscles pop even more, as well as the scuff marks that's on his chest, abs, on his shoulders, wherever the scuff marks are. Other than that, the sculpt on the rips in the pants look very nice. Can't complain. And without further ado, moving on to strike a pose.
Observe.
For height, Goku stands about to the top of his hair, about 6¼ inches tall, and in centimeters to the top of his hair, about 15.5 centimeters tall. Size comparisons. Here he is next to Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, Broly, Aaron, Rebel Tech Superman, and Beerus. Oh, real quick, before we get into whether I think you should get this figure or not, let's go over the ratings real quick. Aesthetically, I give him an 8 out of 10. For articulation, 7.5 out of 10. And for accessories, 8 out of 10. So, my overall subjective rating, I'd have to give it 8.5 out of 10. For my overall objective rating, 7.8 out of 10. With that being said, should you get this figure? Should you be paying secondary market prices for this figure? And the answer is, honestly, no, in my opinion. The most you should pay for this, I think, is $80 to $100, and even that's really pushing it, considering that the retail release, if I'm not mistaken, was like, what, $55, $60? But that is the nature of the beast of dealing with the secondary market, you know? So I'm not sure what to tell you. Other than that, you can hope that maybe a third-party company like the Monocle Fit or Kong Studios releases their own Ultra Instinct Goku at some point, which is very possible. But who knows when that would be, right? And as far as waiting for Tamashi to release another Ultra Instinct Goku, heaven knows when that'll be. Because right now, they're going over everything from, of course, the Frieza Saga. They're finishing up with the Frieza Saga. Now they finally got into the Android Saga. So if we're just in the Android Saga now, that you know how many story sagas down the road Ultra Instinct is. So you'd be waiting a while before we get another Ultra Instinct. They might have a 4.0 body out by the time we get to them doing a redone figure of Ultra Instinct. So it's kind of a pick your poison. Either you wait or you pay that hefty price. And of course, I'll have the price tag in the corner. I think I put it earlier in the video too. But that being said, until next time, bombastic.